Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back in my pajamas to talk about, whatever. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back in my pajamas for a new episode of Chat. Yeah. I have no idea how I want it to be pronounced, but anyway, this is the episode. This is the series in which I basically talk to you as though you were my friends, which you are not. I am joking, but yeah, as if you were here with me and we were just chatting about the things that I've done, because I'm a very interesting person. I hope. Anyways, what have I done this week? This week I've done nothing but worrying about life. I had a few things that I had to do, so I wasn't able to read much. I completed one book and I made a fair amount of progress in the books that I've said I would have read last week, which are, I don't know from which one to start. Let's start from the positive ones. So I've made some progress in reading Germany, Memories of a Nation. I don't know why I'm keeping it up like that. So this is a non-fiction book written by Neil MacGregor about the history of Germany, as you can see. And it's sort of the transcription and enlargement of a BBC Radio 4 documentary series they've done about Germany. I'm liking it very much because I don't know if you know anything about German history, but Germany has been divided into sub-states and many states for most of its history, and thus if you write chronologically, you sort of are writing having an aim in what you write to promote the Prussian invasion and thus unification, which may not always be the right thing to do, depending on what you think. And what Neil MacGregor does with this series, and I assume he has done the same with his documentary, is that he takes a topic and it discusses about this whole topic as seen throughout German history, which is a great plot device, sort of, or at least discussion device, as it gives him power to focus on one part of German history or one part of Germany, and sort of look at that without, preferring that thing to another one, but just being as objective as possible, even though we know that, history is never objective. And the second book in which I made a fair amount of progress is Cities of Saints and Medmen by VanderMeer, which is not a Dutch author apparently. He's from Pennsylvania, but his surname is Dutch. So, whatever. Anyway, this is a new weird collection of short stories which composes... It's part of a trilogy, so this is the first book. I've read the first short story, which wasn't amazing, but also was good. So I'm good with that, because sometimes when a collection of short stories has a very powerful first story and a very non-powerful second story, and so on, or whatever, I tend to just stop reading that, at least for a fair amount of time. Whereas in this case, the first short story wasn't that great, but it was fine, and the second story is actually quite great. So the first one is actually quite a standard short story, as in it's sort of reminiscent of some Mitteleuropa novel/story, in that you have two lovers, but you only follow one, and you try to see how this lover tries to get the other one to love him. Of course, it's a new weird story, so that's not what's going to happen. Anyway, the second one is, contrast to that, is an extract of a history book, I think, which talks about the foundation of Ambergris, which is the city this whole collection revolves about, and I'm quite enjoying that, but it's also quite dense, so I've read only some 30 pages of it. I assume I will be able to go on with it. I hope so, because in 2 days I am leaving, but I'm leaving to come back. And I'm going to Italy. I'm going to stay there for a week, and I don't want to bring any physical books with me. But one, I think. I don't know. So yeah, I want to finish this in 2 days and a half, which I assume I won't be able to, but I want to make as much progress as possible. And in the past week, I said that I completed a book. This book in particular is Astrophysics for People in a Hurry by Neil deGrasse Tyson. The book is fairly recent. I think it was published last year. I leave the details down below anyway, for all the books mentioned. And I hated it. So everybody knows who Neil deGrasse Tyson is. I'm not a huge fan of the three main American... Are they all American? Well, whatever, popular science talker, those being Byron Green, whatever the other guys is called, and this one. But I appreciate when, for instance, Byron Green writes books, because I think his writing style is great for the purpose of writing popular science books. This is the only book by Neil deGrasse Tyson that I've read, but it's terrible because it should be called Astrophysics by a person in a hurry and not for people in a hurry, because yeah, this book needed a lot of editing, and I assume they just wanted to publish something with his name on the cover in order for him to get more money, or for the publishing industry to get more money, or for both of them to get more money, because literally it's not an astrophysics book. You don't get any knowledge from it. Well, you do get knowledge if you read it, but you already have some knowledge in the topics, and so it sort of helps you remembering all the things. Yeah, I mean, my points on the book are that, first of all, I understand that you're trying to say everything you want to say in 100 pages or so, but you shouldn't just put everything together, because then it comes out as a stream of consciousness, and people cannot follow a stream of consciousness, because that's, I mean, if you want to build knowledge, you can't just talk about the Earth and then a sphere and then the properties, the mathematical properties of a sphere, and then talk about carbon and then talk about sugar and then talk about how marbles are made. It's just, and then go back to Earth. And no, please, just follow one topic, then switch to another topic. There are other plot devices that help you keep the reader with you, that are not just jumping around one topic to the other, and so that the reader has to be there with you. Yeah, so yeah, do more editing. If you read this book and you think other thoughts about it, please let me know in the comments below. I am really biased right now against him and against his book, but I'm also seeing the book from a scientist point of view, from a physicist point of view, at least sort of a physicist point of view, so I may have a biased opinion on it. So if you are not an insider of the topic, but you've read the book and you have a different opinion, I'm happy to hear this opinion, because yeah, it's always useful to have another person's opinion, especially if that person comes from another background as you. Yeah, so that was basically it. I guess I'll see you on Thursday when I'm going to publish a decent video, which I'm not in pajama. And otherwise, if you don't want to see that, I will be in Italy next week and I'll be surrounded by other books. So I really have no idea what I'm going to read from Monday, apart from probably if I haven't finished Germany Memories of a Nation. I'll continue that. We'll see. Who knows? Thank you very much for staying with me on this Saturday. For you, it will be Sunday. The magic of the internet. And we see each other, or you see me in my next video, I think. Bye.